One of the fundamental issues that we face as humans is that we don't feel safe in our bodies. Imagine if we all just felt totally safe. What a different planet this would be, and how different your life would be. Feeling safe everywhere you go with everyone you meet, just generally feeling like all is well. So, how do we feel safe in our body? We're going to talk about that today because it's a definite game changer. So, the first thing I want to say is, going back to what happens the more we awaken and the more we embody, going from living in fear unconsciously and all the patterns of our ancestors, we'll call it old energy patterns, to starting to see all of this and become aware. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my mind. I'm not these energies. Is any of this real? What is real? All of this. And having so much fear come up because now we're seeing something that was once suppressed. That can be very intense for the body. It is very intense for the body. And then coming full circle and choosing what we want to focus on. Now that we see it all, we start to master our consciousness, our focus, become the creator of our reality, and choose where we're going to focus on who we really want to become as creator. Do we want to be, the only real control we have is over the thoughts we empower, right? And the actions we take. So, what do we want to do in this world? And how do we want to write our book of life, so to speak? Because ultimately, we hand it all over and say, make me an instrument and show me and allow our natural essence to flow. Through this, a lot of fear comes up. Rather than feeling more safe in your body, you feel way less safe in your body because at one point we were not so much in our body. We're split off into all these other um, realms, dimensions, lifetimes, whatever you want to call it, on planet, off planet. And as humans in the mind, thinking, 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 thinking. And when you're really deep in thought, do you even feel your body? No. So, like, well, where to go first? Number one, how to feel safe in your body. You have to be in your body to know what you're even feeling in your body. Okay. Number two, feeling grounded is a very satisfying and safe thing. But I don't do all of the or any of those earth grounding techniques anymore. It's probably been at least 12 to 15 years since, 15 years ago, I had grounding mats and I would go barefoot and I would connect with Mother Earth and do some of these meditations where you connect with the earth. But I haven't done that for a good maybe 15 years, we'll say. And that's because I had a facilitator who had the awareness that the earth is purging. The earth is a being, Gaia, just like we are. And it's also purging all that it took on from density from this whole experience here. So we don't want to be picking that up. Feeling grounded in your body is all about you, your essence, your presence, and your awareness being fully in your body. So, one of the most helpful things I've found is to be aware of this simplicity that being grounded in your body, feeling really grounded in the body, more and more and more over time as the body releases all of this old energy, feels very good, very relaxing, very peaceful. New levels of relaxation open up and feeling very differently. The way I've felt 15, 20, 30 years ago in my body to now is extraordinary. But I go through waves of clearing, and that can feel uncomfortable. So, probably one of the best things with feeling safe in your body is not resisting the unsafe feelings. So, when you feel fear or discomfort or overwhelm or whatever those feelings are that leave you not feeling safe in your body, do you take a breath and say, oh, I'm feeling this? I'm sorry. I'll reword that. The body is feeling this. It's feeling very unsafe right now, or there's a lot of anxiety here. That is a big deal. Number one, to allow it, to not resist the resistance, to not fear the fear, to not make it a problem, and then to recognize that, okay, there's all this fear or discomfort, or sometimes it's pain. I mean, our bodies go through tremendous changes, releasing all this old energy, rewiring, recalibrating its frequencies, and there are aches and pains. That's just a matter of truth. Can you watch the aches and pains as the presence, as the awareness, and say, oh, there are aches and pains. Oh, there's fear. Oh, there's this. Oh, there's that. And separate yourself from it. I had terrible, terrible pain years ago, again, going back to autoimmune disorders and stuff. And I was able to sit in presence if I sat long enough and created this space between me, who I am, and the body and the mind's interpretations of the sensations, and the mind's fears of the sensations, and watch the sensations without them bothering me. Now, that was an epic experience. But what it showed me was the mind is where all the pain comes from in the first place. Because when I was able to create all this space and create all this awareness that I'm here and all this is happening here, and I can sort of step back and watch it, it was like, wow, the body is having an intense sensation and it's not bothering the mind. In a sensation that would have been even excruciating. So the more that you're able to be aware of these sensations in your body and not identify with them, like I'm anxious or I'm this or I'm that or I'm okay, the body's having a sensation. It might sound silly or oversimplified if you come at this from up here, but you're actually creating space in your consciousness and more awareness about who you are, which applies to everything in your world that you're identified with that is creating the unsafe experience that you're having now. So, being aware of who you are, we're also going to stay in the body. You know, if there's one thing I do today, it's stay in my body. I've played that game a lot of times and done that experience a lot. So, going outside, going to your car, going here, going there, feeling your feet on the earth, taking a shower, getting ready in the morning, just feeling the water hitting your skin. And then more and more and more, staying connected to your breath deep down in the belly. There's a reason most traditions teach to connect below the navel to your dantian. There's names for it in every ancient tradition, but this is often called your center of gravity or your power center. But as you stay anchored down here, what you're saying is, body, I'm here. I'm in the body. I'm not going anywhere. You can relax now. You're claiming your body. You're claiming that it's safe to be here. You know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Did you one day wake up and feel like, oh, I feel safe now, and that happened? No. I mean, maybe for some people, and congratulations, but for me, it was choosing these things again and again and again and reminding the body. So, this past week or two, I have had the craziest experiences on my yoga mat. Most mornings, I get up and I work out for anywhere from half an hour to an hour. It can be very gentle yoga. It can be qigong. I do a lot of movement lately, like mobility and functional movement things, crawling, hanging. And the other day, I asked my body, what would you like? Qigong. Okay. So we're doing these little flowing movements. You know, most people might not call that a workout, but I ask the body because the body always knows what it needs more than the mind. And I mean, I cried the whole time. And I was recently telling some folks that I feel like I had an exorcism on my yoga mat practically every morning last week because I'd be doing yoga or these other movements where I'm kind of isolating areas that were shut down in the body previously due to fear, where we didn't feel safe and we left these parts without our light fully integrated. And it's like, God, the tears that just come up, or the emotions that release, or the body's starting to unwind and do these little spasmy things. I know enough now to allow it to all move through, and I celebrate it. But how many people get scared when it happens? Oh, why is my body doing this? Or why is my body doing that? Or whether it's a sickness, you get a cold or some other thing, or you're low energy, or there's tears, or there is any general feeling of being unsafe. Do you judge it? Do you resist it? Or do you let it flow? So, staying in your body, I promise you, the more you stay in the body, you stay in the breath, the more uncomfortable it's going to feel at first because we were avoiding all of that before. So it was always there. You just weren't aware of it. Now you're aware of so much more. Can you allow it? Can you celebrate the fact, oh, I'm feeling all this? That must mean I'm in my body. I wasn't feeling this before because I shut it down. Every time now you're willing to feel something that is terribly uncomfortable, and take a breath and relax and let it be okay, and stay connected and not go off and think about it and create a story about it, because that's going to be your default. Like if I go up here and I start thinking about it and analyzing it and trying to fix it, I don't have to feel it anymore. The change doesn't happen up here. The change happens when you're in your body. You take a breath and you just you relax it. It's okay. It's okay, body. You're safe now. You're safe. I'm here now. It's safe to be in this body. Whatever words suit you, use your creativity. But remember, your body is always listening. It's eavesdropping. You take an aspirin, this is going to help my headache. Studies show, what was it? I mean, what are the placebo studies? Over 85% of the placebo pills work. So what does that tell you? Apply that to everything. Body, you're safe. I'm safe. I'm here now. Whatever those old memories come up, I'm not there anymore. I'm here. We're safe now. You can let it go. This is your mastery. We get, from trying to fix all this and be afraid of it and struggling with it and efforting against it and fighting it and trying to do this and trying to do that. You come through to where you take a breath and you can enjoy this expansion, this change, because it's no longer a struggle. You can actually flip it and enjoy it and celebrate. Can you laugh and celebrate? Oh, I feel so crazy today. I'm a hot mess. Great. That means so much is shifting, so much is changing. Our old ego, God bless it. God bless the little bugger, right? Like, it is on vigilant, high alert. I gotta protect. I gotta protect. I gotta protect. And that's not because it's stupid. It's because it has lived through all these lifetimes of, and whether you're first time in a body or you have been here forever, you have all these lifetimes either way because you inherit them and your consciousness. It's like I had maybe 15 years ago a reading where she called me a parallel. I actually get it now. I've been everywhere and done everything. Technically, so have you. As you transcend all the little emotional and identification levels and embody your source consciousness, you remember, or you don't even have to remember up here, but you've been everywhere, done everything, and we're working through it in a body. So, as you allow everything to move through, as you allow all of you, more and more and more, this becomes a lighter and a more enjoyable process, and you feel safer and safer and safer in your body. So, if anything, just know that at one point you ignored it all. Then your awareness expanded and you started merging into the body. You, as creator, maybe not the human you, is aware of this process, but you, who you've always been, started merging into the body, saying, it's time for me to, come here, be on this planet now, you as creator, instead of just this little split speck of you. And you started bringing all this stuff up. So, of course, you feel less safe than ever. And then as you come full circle around the side of this, you realize all I have to do is stay in my body, breathe and feel, don't think. Every time you go up here, and yeah, you might have to think to do your job, to do your schedule, to make your grocery list. Fine, do it and then drop it. Because every time you come up here, notice you're not feeling. And a cool shift that I noticed years ago was as I was committed to staying in presence, because kind of the big answer here is just be in presence, and all this stuff dissolves. The more you're not thinking, the more your essence is merging in, and you're not creating those barriers and fighting yourself. But anyway, the more you stay in presence, the more your body is just naturally evolving for you. Breathe and feel, don't think. Take a breath with me right now and feel your body. Feel the weight of your hips in your chair or on your bed or your feet on the floor. And part of the reason I share these videos and I connect with folks is because I had a hell of a time going through all of this, and there's so much confusion and frustration, and what am I doing wrong? And just generally feeling unsafe, like not just going out into the world, but waking up every morning, a sense of doom and gloom over your head. And there's times where the very, 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 very last place you want to be is in your body, because that's where you experience all the emotional energies about all of this stuff. But being in the body is the way through. You can't really avoid it. You can't really circumvent it. Everyone goes through this. And yet, I will say this to give yourself grace. So, the last thing we want to do is create some like hard, rigid expectation, like, I gotta stay in my body. Notice a lot of what I said today was take a breath and relax. Relax and flow through it. If it helps you, and I still say this today a lot, when I'm going places, I'm doing this, I'm about to make a video. All right, higher levels, take command. Speak through me, steer me, guide me. Me, creator self, take command. Speak through me. You hand it over and you jump in to the flow, to the river of life. So, I hope that this gave you some ideas for feeling safer in your body, for grounding in your body, for breathing and being in your body, just feeling who you are and knowing that it's okay if you're feeling less safe than ever, as you're releasing energies. But if you can at least expect that and not resist it and kind of learn to roll with it, it's gonna definitely benefit you. At one point I was trying to control and manage everything, and then I turned into a tumbleweed. That's how I kind of see it. You just start tumbling along and you're like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And even though it feels weird and it's chaotic and there's maybe some overwhelm and whatever, it's like you learn how to stop trying to manage and control everything and you start tumbling through it. And then pretty soon, these things become like little experiments and explorations, and life becomes more of an adventure, and you become more curious about it and what you can do with your consciousness instead of trying to fix the human. And the ego was never broken. I mean, it was simply trying to keep you safe based on everything it had ever experienced before. But what the ego doesn't understand, and what we really can't comprehend, I don't, I mean, is this new energy. As this new paradigm, new energy comes in, it doesn't require our management. It requires our presence. It doesn't require planning, protecting, defensiveness. It actually requires the opposite. I used to call it opposite day because it was like everything I thought I knew overnight turned upside down. And I realized that the ego almost had everything backwards as compared to our true nature. And so, from a mental standpoint and a pattern standpoint, which is very deeply integrated into our human brains, right? We don't know how to kind of live and act in this new energy from the human biology, but there's a part of us that does, and that's you, the you that you've always been. Because just remember, you're not this person that you think you are right now. Isn't that crazy? I'm not Kathy. And it's like, it's really hard to comprehend, right? So the more we're able to say, okay, I know that I'm so much more, and I know there is so much more. Source, creator self, God, universe, whatever this great, grand, amazing thing is that created creation. I know I'm a part of you. I have to be. Anything less would be totally arrogant, right? To assume like that you are the one person who's not totally part of all of this. And I'm ready to know who I truly am. And when we hand that over and we can truly relax into it, it's a game changer. But that doesn't, I don't find, at least for me, that did not happen for me. Everything that happened for me were things that caused the fear to come up right in my face. And then for me to choose, am I going to choose love or fear? Am I going to, um, where I had the choice, the fork in the road, and I had to then, again, the one thing we have control over, our thoughts that we empower, not the ones floating around that you watch, but the ones that you latch onto and say, yes, I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm gonna claim this one is if you're gonna empower anything, it's going to be love or fear. Basically, you can boil them down, and that's the choice that you get to make. So every time you make the choice that you're going to choose love over fear, this is going to help you feel safer in your body. Because ultimately, what you're doing is you're unwinding the beliefs that then created the energies that were stuck in your body in the first place. And when you redecide, now those beliefs, they unhook and those emotions can come up and leave, and you're going to feel it. And your body is probably going to feel pretty darn funky at times. It is, if you're in it and you're feeling it. And it's going to go through a lot of changes. Can you celebrate the changes? Because you're changing rapidly. We're waking up and we're bringing more of us here. And that is a gift to you, your life, and the world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I will see you next time. Namaste.